Imagine a basement, cold, dimly lit, buried beneath a university's polished halls. In the summer of 1971, something began here. Something that wasn't supposed to go so far. They called it an experiment, a study of human nature. But what unfolded in those concrete corridors wasn't science. It was a descent into darkness. This is the story of the Stanford Prison Experiment. It started with a man named Philip Zimbardo, a psychologist with a question: what happens when ordinary people are given absolute power, or stripped of it entirely? He turned Stanford University's basement into a mock prison. Steel bars, tiny cells, a single flickering bulb. He recruited 24 young men. College students, healthy, unremarkable. They flipped a coin, half became guards, half became prisoners. No one could have predicted how fast the masks they wore would become their faces. Day one was quiet. The prisoners were arrested, dragged from their homes by real police, blindfolded, fingerprinted. The guards got uniforms, mirrored sunglasses, batons. They were told, keep order, that's all. But power doesn't whisper, it screams. By nightfall, the guards started to taunt. A shove here, a cruel laugh there. The prisoners? They shrank, stripped of names, given numbers. Number 8612, number 416. Humans, reduced to shadows. Day two cracked the silence. A rebellion sparked. Prisoners barricaded their cells with beds, ripped off their numbers. The guards answered with fire extinguishers, blasting icy foam through the bars. They stripped the rebels naked, locked them in the hole, a closet, pitch black, suffocating. The air grew thick with fear, and something worse. Control wasn't enough anymore. The guards wanted domination. By day three, the prison wasn't a simulation, it was real. Guards forced prisoners to clean toilets with their bare hands. Sleep became a privilege, snatched away by midnight counts. Number 8612 broke first, screaming, clawing at the walls, begging to leave. Zimbardo let him go, but the experiment rolled on. The guards grinned behind their sunglasses. The prisoners stared at the floor, hollowed out. A visitor, a young woman, saw it all and wept. "What are you doing to them?" she asked. Zimbardo didn't answer. 6 days. That's all it took. 6 days for kindness to rot into cruelty, for defiance to crumble into despair. Zimbardo stopped it early, not out of mercy but because the line between experiment and nightmare had vanished. The guards didn't want to leave. The prisoners, some didn't know how to. What started as a study became a mirror, reflecting the abyss inside us all. In the end, no one was punished. Zimbardo called it a lesson: power corrupts and captivity breaks. But the echoes linger. Those students went home. Some scarred, some silent. The basement emptied. The bars came down. Yet the question remains, hanging in the air like a ghost. Were they monsters, or were they us? The Stanford Prison Experiment wasn't just a study, it was a warning. A glimpse into what hides beneath our skin, waiting for a uniform, a number, a chance. Next time you walk past a stranger, ask yourself, who's the guard, who's the prisoner? And how long until the roles reverse?